So I'm asking the great Rich Mitchell.
Now, back to Steiny and Guru on 95.7 The Game.
Wow.
All righty, Steiny and Guru joined by Willard and Dibs. It's the crossover. Gentlemen, what is happening?
Happy Father's Day, baby.
Yeah.
It should be a week.
Your boy's in a great mood.
Thank you.
You should be.
I can tell. I had a good week.
I am too. I don't know why. This is Monday. We're supposed to be ticked off. I'm like so pumped to be here right now. I don't know what it is. The weather.
Well, I follow you on IG.
My
you
kids were nice to me yesterday. Yeah, maybe that was it. I don't know.
No, hey.
Why are you in such a great mood?
I played great yesterday.
Oh,
Mark.
is that it? Okay.
81, Mark.
81.
Nice. Where?
Paradise Valley.
Thanks for asking. I don't know that
Fairfield.
Course. Okay, yeah.
Nice course.
No, I do know that.
There's Rancho Solano and there's Paradise Valley.
I've walked it. My son played a tournament there, so I've walked it.
I walked it too.
Okay.
Now, we had a 4-hour show, a good show.
Hey, you didn't ask me about it.
I didn't like you saying thanks for asking. Like, damn, I guess I left that on the boat.
Well, it's Willard, so of course, he's afraid of Willard. We know that.
That's right. I'm terrifying.
Not only did he shoot an 81, but he got over on a good friend. And that's the other piece.
Oh, you got to tell Willard that. 55.
Well, it's not about the money. It's about the win. Because we have a mutual friend who likes to, and I owe him a golf date because he stepped out and let me play for him on one of these weekend outings. And so
solid.
He said, do me a solid back and play me for money. So I owe Double D a play him for money. I don't ever play anyone for money.
Right.
I just don't do that. For me, golf is about the weather, the game.
It ruins it.
I don't want to win. I don't want to lose. But yesterday, to set the stage.
All right. So I go back east playing with all my buddies.
Well, of course.
Well, he says, all right, tell me about the guys you're playing with in California. I'm like, great guy. I'm at 14, 16 on a thread. Somebody will be like, hey, we got an opening. People will be in. How the course? He goes, what do you play for?
This is great.
I go, what do you mean? He goes, well, what do you guys play for when you play?
Bar after the round.
And I said,
totally.
I said, you know what? I said, we don't really play for anything. We keep our score. We keep a handicap, but we don't really play for anything. He goes, what? I'm like, we don't really play it for anything. We just, and he's like, that's so weird. I've never heard it. I've never not played for anything, right. Even if it's $5. You don't play for it. Like,
I hate that.
Dumbfounded. I said, well, actually, there's this one guy who always likes to put action on it, but I don't like it. And so he's like, well, you got to play him for me. That's what makes it great. Okay. Fast forward to my first round back with D. And I said, you know what? I got shamed because I don't gamble with my East Coast friends. So you know what? I got good news for you. What do you want to play for today, D? What do you want to play for? And he goes, okay, yeah. How about the standard $20 for who just shoots better for the round?
Yeah.
And I said, okay, fine, that's good. And he goes, well, $5 birdies.
Oh, God.
And I said,
one of these
that's fine because that'll be no more than one.
Or two.
Yeah.
Either way, plus or minus.
And then we're going to the first tee, and he mutters, hey, we say anybody goes under 85, it's another 20. I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. I'm doing your boy with an 81.
3 birdies?
And 3 birdies.
$55.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like the only reason that happened, D, was because you made the bet.
You're a pressure player then.
No, I didn't mean it like that.
No, I did.
So I see this guy, and we go to a mutual viewing party
Thank you.
For the U.S. Open, and I get there before Steiny, and it's rare that I can actually go anywhere, but it's Father's Day, so I got a hall pass.
Look at Divers.
So I'm sitting there, and in walks Steiny, and I always try to read body language, facial features, and all the rest of it, like what he shot. And he, hey, guy, hey, how you guys doing? And I go, hey, Steiny, what'd you shoot? 90? Which 90 is it's a good solid round. It's an ant round. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't answer. And I'm going, oh, God, this must have been like a 95. He's not, doesn't want to talk to me. He comes over about 4 minutes later. He goes, ooh, 81.
I think that's his best since we've been together for 6 years.
One of the
round.
best. I mean,
one of the best ever.
Round.
Anyway,
Adam trying to be modest.
Long way to say, I can see why you're having such a good day on this Monday. Because you shot an 81. The U.S. Open was incredible.
Wow,
what
God.
great theater.
Yeah,
high drama.
Was that a choke by Rory? Because that's what we started with. What do you constitute a choke?
I mean, I get that. I get why that word sticks in the mud for some people, because I'm one of them too. Because choke means
two putt,
right? But like if you screw up something that you would normally not screw up, that's not automatically a choke. To me, a choke is when the actual moment overwhelms you emotionally to the point where you perform worse. And Rory's been through too much. I don't think he missed those points, those putts, because he's just like, I can't handle this pressure. This dude's in the final group of the major tournaments like half the time. I mean, he's got 4. And in the last 10 years, he's been in the top 5 like a bajillion times. This is so I don't think he got overwhelmed by the moment. You know, he took a couple bad strokes. And that second one was
he did the sideshow in the parking lot, burning rubber to get out.
Burned the rubber.
I don't blame him.
Me neither.
No,
I get that.
You want to ask me the same question you asked Mark?
Yeah,
did he choke?
Of course he choked.
And there we
Of course he choked.
And so
you don't mind
Look, all you have to do is look at the stats for the year.
Okay.
Rory McIlroy this year on tour in putts that were shorter than 3 feet, he was 436 for 436.
There we go.
He had missed 0 putts. So you could say he's been there before and he has. You could say that he's won majors before and he has. But when you are there on the 16th hole and you got a 3-footer.
And you're 100%.
Dude, he doesn't miss.
So now you know how to define the word choke. It is simply based on who's saying it and how angry they are. How
I'm not
angry
angry
the
at
person.
all. I'm not angry at all. My golfer was Brian Harmon, and he was, I think, tied for 23rd. So
Good.
See, I love to just. I just got to.
I was looking for him.
Hey, I'm not saying you guys are wrong, but I got some questions.
All right.
ask him.
We're here.
Could a left tackle choke in football?
Sure.
We had a
How do you know, Mark?
we had a
What did
right
I
tackle
don't-
choke.
yeah,
Or no,
like
we
I
had a
do-
right guard choke in the Super Bowl.
I don't know that.
Well, Trent didn't have his best game either.
I guess this would be my answers. I don't know how an observer can automatically ever know if somebody choked.
That's too inside the game.
We define it based on, did you perform lesser than normal in a bigger than normal moment?
At the end of the game, in the most high leverage situation of the
automatically,
game.
we make that a choke.
Right.
I don't think it's automatically a choke. I don't know how an observer can ever really fully see that. I mean, maybe a closer gets to the 7th game of the World Series and literally is unable to even get the ball to home plate. I don't know what it looks like. That's how I feel. Yeah. That's how I feel about the word choke.
And they're never put in those moments to where they're the hero, to where, oh, he caught it. He you know what I mean? It doesn't come with the territory. But PFF can tell you, oh, God, the left tackle was the greatest.
Was it Spencer Burford in the Super Bowl who went the wrong way on that play?
But that doesn't make it a choke. That means he went the wrong way. Like he had the wrong play in his head.
That was one of the biggest plays of the game.
Who knows? But yeah, he went the wrong way.
Right.
I don't know if that's because he was emotionally overwhelmed.
Well,
Clayton Kershaw chokes in the playoffs.
I don't know that we
He's
can
not
say
his
that
normal
either.
self.
Right. But is that a choke? I mean,
no, the moment gets to him, I believe, but why you're not yourself would be my answer.
I guess, and I can't tell you you're wrong.
Yeah.
All I can say is if anybody has achieved this level of athletic greatness, they've already been through stuff that's way more.
Rory has.
We're gonna stop. We're gonna talk to Spencer Bivens today, that cat that won the game for the Giants yesterday. And if you have not done the background story on Spencer and what he's been through to get to the big leagues, do yourself a favor. I don't know yet. We're gonna figure it out here. 3 o'clock hour. But whatever. He that dude has been through things that are so much harder.
And he didn't quit.
Than yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday is when we would be like, oh, he got to the bigs and he choked. That dude's life has been on the line, on the mound. Not his life, but like his professional life has been on the line.
He could have
quit.
And
he never quit. Yeah. Yesterday, he could get lit up, and that's not going to end his professional dream. He's faced that already 100 times and conquered it. So,
but he choked yesterday when he gave up the dinger.
Clearly.
No. First pitch, right off the strikeout.
Won the game, so you never can choke in a win.
Took him over.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I was just going to throw a curveball.
Just, I mean, to equate the two things, this is like being down 1 and having a breakaway dunk with 7 seconds left, and you miss the dunk. That's what Rory McIlroy did. Or, you know, you're all alone at the 10-yard line, and no one's in front of you, and you fumble the ball.
And
that's why he was so mad.
What I've come to terms with, and what I'm at peace with, is you can use that word, and I'm not going to engage. Like,
I can use it. We'd be fighting.
I'm totally with you.
I just don't use the word.
You don't like to apply it.
I don't.
But he gave us a story in his college career, Mark, where he missed a free throw, Steiny, and we think that was the evolution
of choke job.
No, here's a great. This is a great example.
Front end of a one-on-one.
Great example. I get. Pick player A. Just Mark Willard. Let's just say you're an 80% free throw shooter. Okay,
not far from the truth.
Okay,
go ahead.
So, you play college basketball. 5 times in your career, you found yourself at the line having to make 2 free throws to win or lose a game. You go 2 for 2. You win a game, win a game, win a game. So you're 8 for 8 in game-winning situations, and now you go to the line, game's on the line, and you make 1 out of 2. Well, that's a choke, is it?
This is not an 80% situation. Yeah. This is Tony Romo as a holder in a playoff game being unable to catch the snap and put it down on a 99.6% PAT chance. Okay. That's a choke job.
They implemented a rule. They were using the K-ball.
80% is not a choke ball.
Prior to Rory missing those 2 pots, Bryson missed one that was 6 inches longer.
15.
Did he choke?
No, because he won.
No,
exactly.
It's result based.
You can't do that.
I just did that.
But it's result based.
Don't you see what you did?
It's completely fair.
It is in your mind.
Play to win the game.
No, now hello. That's only based on what everyone else does.
So here's the way
whether
it works,
or not
Mark.
Bryson won
comes with
that's based on Bryson doesn't win if Rory makes that putt.
Well, you know what happened is Bryson choked and then Rory re-choked. Okay. And then when Bryson had to come through in the clutch, he came through in the clutch. And you know what? Rory choked on 15 when he couldn't get up and down, and then he gacked a putt on 16, and then he choked it on 18. It's okay to be honest with the listeners.
I wouldn't use that word.
I just did.
It's okay. Honest is not the word for what you're doing.
So it's okay now, and it's okay now that we say Trent Williams choked in the Super Bowl, and McCaffrey certainly choked because he fumbled in the Super Bowl.
No, that was early.
And Garoppolo absolutely choked because he threw.
It's time.
It doesn't matter if it's early.
Yeah, early.
So when does it become late?
Depends on if there's defense or not. There's no defense in golf.
Of course there is.
There's no defense. It's
why
you in the ball.
So bad?
Oh my God.
Why does everyone stink so bad if there's no defense?
Wow.
That putt was a slider.
You would
have on 16. It was straight in on 16.
Yes, he missed a short putt.
Understand the stimp, okay? Thank you.
That would be a good nickname for you.
Oh boy.
You're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ FM and HD1 San Francisco. Always live on the free Odyssey app, Twitch and YouTube, powered by First NorCal Credit Union. I'll tell you what we didn't get into was Duvall yesterday.
That was a prickly one.
You can't pitch him there, can
you? It ain't up. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm just being provocative and then letting it out.
Because I'm mad that we're on this because I'm mad we didn't get to it earlier, but I want your thoughts on what's going on IG.
The time in the world.
Well, you're right.
We'll get to Ayuk and Clay.
You got one job. You hadn't been setting the world on fire here lately, and I did watch that game. I swear to you, why is he coming in? But you're coming in because the manager wants to get you some work. You got a big series starting tonight in Chicago. What if they need you and you come with your gas can? We'd be like, oh, he didn't get any work. But for him to pout, I love throwing the cooler because he's upset. Dude, you got to go out there and get out. And I'm wondering if they figured you out a little bit to where your soft stuff is not biting, and now they're just waiting. But for you to give up 4 runs and have to be rescued out there, there's nobody to blame but yourself, Mark. That's all I'm saying. You can't be mad at. I don't think he was mad at the manager.
I don't know that he was. Dibbs thinks he was. I don't know how.
What would he be mad at though?
Why is he even out there?
To get out.
It's 13-2, and you're the closer. Does he need to pitch in a 13-2 game?
But shouldn't that be the easiest pitching I would do and work on my stuff? Because I haven't, again, been people have been getting at me a little bit.
If let's go there, Dibbs. Yeah. If that's how he feels, is that not him putting himself above his teammates?
Not really.
Because the other 2 relievers who are available are also, we have a short lead late inning guys. They're the 8th or the 7th and 8th inning guys.
Right.
So why should they be used and not him?
Well, it's a bullpen game, and so at some point you have to pitch somebody. You can't just let young Bivens go out there and throw 7 innings. So you're going to have bullpen guys who need to pitch, and your closer is a specialized role. You didn't have Jordan Hicks out there. You didn't heat up Logan
But
Webb.
he hadn't pitched
but
for a
throw
few
him in
days,
there.
Dibs.
My
He hadn't
point is,
pitched.
yeah, Walker and Rodriguez have specialized roles as
Right,
well.
Rodriguez didn't pitch, and Walker only pitched because you had your closer go in there and get blown up.
So here's the thing, because here's what I think. I think it's kind of brutal that he had to go in, but I understood. This is to me the whole thing. Do you or do you not understand or accept Bob Melvin's explanation? Bob said after the game, we got 3 available relievers. This is a bullpen game. We're already stretched. We have a game tomorrow night at 5 o'clock, right? You got a game the next night in Chicago. And Duvall has not thrown in 3 days. The other guys have thrown much more recently. I didn't want to use any of the 3, but I thought maybe this is an opportunity to get Duvall some work, and he hadn't worked in 3 days. Is that an acceptable explanation for why he chooses Duvall? Because we all can agree, Bob included, perfect world, of course you don't put him in there. Of course you don't.
In a perfect world.
But somebody had to go in.
Yeah.
Now, Evan brought up an interesting point. How about Brett Wisely? How would we? Now, you've said in the past you hate
I wouldn't have been mad at that, though,
you're allowed
Dibs,
to
if
do
you
it
wanted
when
to
you're
do
up 10,
that.
right?
So-
if you're up 8 or more, you can do
They
that.
were up 9. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
They were
11.
13 to 2.
13 to 2.
Yep.
So that would have been
Go
an
out
option.
there.
Yes,
That
it
would have
would have
been an
been,
option.
but you almost never see that when you're up 11, only when you're down 11.
And I
do you
kinda-
go to a position player.
True, and I kind of hate it in general. I just don't like it,
That makes a mockery of the sport.
you know. But in a situation like that, maybe that was the right answer.
Well, I mean, to me, it's the classic. I see both sides. I can see Duvall playing. I mean, now you got to start asking, did Melvin go up to him before the game and say, look, if we're way ahead, I'm going to try to get you an inning? I don't know. We don't know that. To me, that's important.
I would bet he said, no matter what, you're going to pitch today because it's a bullpen game.
I think that's very
Then why
important.
are you taking it out on the cooler then?
Because I think
because
he's
he gave up
mad.
4
Yeah,
runs.
that's right. He wasn't mad at Melvin. He
I
was
don't
mad at
think so.
himself.
Like, I
Yeah,
mean,
that's what I'm saying. That's what told me he wasn't mad at the manager.
An all-star got 1 out and gave up 4 runs to people we've never heard
And
of.
if we're going to put
I'd
a rat
kick
on the
cooler
table,
too.
going back to the saves in New York on that road trip in Pittsburgh, I hold him in high regard because he's that good. But it's been an experience. It's been bumpy. There's been turbulence, man.
For sure.
So I'm seeing things like, oh boy. And yesterday was just like, I don't care what. You had 100-run lead, Steiny. Go get us 3 outs,
easy
buddy.
to say. And you know what? The Boston Celtics lost by 70 points. You know why? Because they were up 3-0. It's like Camilo Duvall's a closer. There's a part of him that probably doesn't want to pitch in a 13-2 game. There's probably a little something, whether he's right or wrong, of, they're going to try, they want to get me right when the stakes are so low. Yeah. I mean, it's, I get why he's mad. I guess why he's got I understand why people are like, dude, suck it up and get 3 outs. And I get it why he's mad, because he's probably said, I wasn't in a great position and now my ERA just jumped in a game that I didn't care about, and because I wasn't really ready to pitch, like all that stuff. It's just
Then I'll bring up the Yankee game and get sold. Well, what happened then?
It's also,
You know what I mean?
it's also not a new thing. He's
That's
not
what
the
I'm saying.
first closer who seems to always give up runs when you come in a non-safe situation.
Yeah.
It's just usually a non-safe situation is like 7-2. Not 13-2.
And it's an adrenaline position. And so when you're used to coming in high leverage and adrenaline, you come into a game at 13-2 and you let your guard down a little bit, and then you start to scuffle, and then you can't even get through the inning and you get pulled. I can see where he's frustrated, no doubt.
The other side to it is just Giants baseball. Like, even when things go well, you come away ticked off.
And he's been getting touched up a little bit.
So
even when they win, it's like, whoa, that was a ride.
You won a game by 7 runs. But in the end, you had to use
like,
all your relievers. You're worried about Duvall, and Harrison is on the IL. Oh, great day.
What
out of nowhere?
Do either of you guys, any of you guys know offhand what Duvall's ERA was before and after the game?
I could guess.
Okay. Did it go from 3.5 to 4.88?
No, I would bet his ERA was just a touch over. I'm just guessing.
Right.
Touch over 3. And now.
Well, it's 4.88 now.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's probably 3.5 to 4.88 about. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. It's viewed as selfish.
I was
That's
just going there like,
Ouch.
wow.
Well, he's a reliever.
Closers aren't judged by that, and he's not like he's in a free agent year. He's under team control till 2083.
Yeah. I get it, but that's also the unique nature of baseball.
No
like
doubt,
one game like that can really F things up.
His soft stuff ain't been biting, man, and I feel like they're waiting on the pitch, and when he gets, they're racking him. It's been happening again. Pittsburgh, the Mets. It's like he got out of it, but it's like, man, I need a shower.
Okay, it went from 3.62.
So it went up about a point, 4.2.
Yeah.
That's a tough day.
That's a big.
Tough day.
It's a big RA for a closer.
No doubt.
But he did finish.
So
right?
they're up 1 tonight.
No,
he's getting the ball.
Finish.
That's right. He did come out.
He got one out.
Oh,
and that's why I believe Melvin going to save them. If they're up 1 run tonight, he's going to come out. Yeah, no doubt. He didn't just leave him out there.
He didn't lose his job.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying there's no better option.
But before Steiny gets a bag and stands up and does all the things that he does, can we do Ayuk?
We have to. We have to.
I see this one maybe
I'm so tired.
a little bit differently than because I was listening to you guys a lot on this. I see it maybe a little bit differently than you do. Like the whole idea of leverage with Ayuk versus Clay, I don't see Ayuk as having hardly any. I totally see what you're saying, Steiny. He's way younger, has got way more of his career in front of him.
But Clay's got, I said the same. I think Brandon has no leverage.
He does, like, very little.
Clay has the sentimental leverage of, boy.
Well, his words were, they don't want me back, which is like factually untrue. They've already picked up your option for this year.
What if he's looking at the number we don't know that was given to him? That's how he takes it.
That may be how he takes it. Right. We don't even have confirmation that he was talking about the 49ers. Maybe he didn't tip at the pizza joint last night, and they told him that they don't want him back. I know that sounds ridiculous, but the one thing about...
you're saying the whole... I
have no idea.
He was talking to a football player.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's talking to a former
his
college
girlfriend's there who's been edging him on the whole time with the other I got to believe that. They don't want me back, Dibs. That was about his team. I have to believe that he's currently trying to get a new deal.
I agree with you, but let's not remove the idea of social media hijinks from a 20-something-year-old kid. Yeah. Clay's to me is way more A to B. Clay's mad at the Warriors.
Yeah, I mean, I solely answered that just in where they are in their career. Ayuk's entering his prime. Like Ayuk has no. If you want to go, Ayuk has no leverage. This point and this time. He doesn't.
And a trade, if the Niners didn't want him back, they'd have traded him before the draft. They'd have done it. No question in my mind.
So the little scuttlebutt we hear in Pittsburgh, maybe there might be a trade.
Pittsburgh.
I mean,
or do you think they were thinking Dibs will take this 26 if that was ever offered? And Ayuk is like, nah, I'm up there I need more.
Right. And it's June. So if the offer's 26 now, and he wants 30, okay. And in July, if the offer's 26 and he wants 30, okay. And in August, if the offer's 26 and he wants 30, he's taking 26. But right now in June, I don't think that he's taking 26. I think right now his motivation is, look, I've got between now and September to try to work toward what I want. And if you get to that point where it becomes time to Schmidt or get off the pot, then at that point, maybe 26 doesn't look so bad.
The Niners will
maybe the Niners just say, okay, fine, 28. And they both go fine.
The Niners will move.
But that won't happen until August. So
exactly.
In the meantime, if he wants to go on, on TikTok.
There we go. Yeah, there we go.
Fine. Go on TikTok.
So if you're the organization, nothing to see here.
I wouldn't say nothing to see here.
If you don't want this, you know what I mean?
But if you're the organization, my answer would be summer. This is what we do in June.
It's still spring, technically.
That's another thing. Good point.
Yeah.
That's
I'm not trying to be all seasonal on you, but we're not even in summer yet.
When's the last June and July where the organization wasn't doing this?
Yeah.
This is
every year. Exactly.
Parag is on a boat somewhere can I get another drink?
I saw the great Bob. June. I ran into the great Bob Sargent. He goes, Goo, relax. What? We don't do anything in the first round. But why is Ayuk taking it to this? Hey, Mike Tomlin, we're twins. That ain't what you were talking about.
Because
something's at the core.
Well, that's Brandon. Each guy handles it their own way, and I don't want to brand everyone a receiver, but the receivers tend to be a little bit...
But wouldn't you think, and I hear you, but wouldn't you think Ayuk seeing Debo the month that Debo got it and Bosa right before, wouldn't you think that would keep him a little bit quiet, knowing, hey, this is how they do it, bud?
But Debo wasn't quiet
on
his way to the same thing.
But he wasn't watching 8 other receivers get bags, a couple of them that he thinks are lesser than him.
He's mad.
Yeah, he's mad. And Clay is really mad.
I think Clay's been mad.
I think Clay's just done.
That is, and to put the LA picture of the court, I do miss this Saturday morning. I'm like, dude, I'm just saying that's LA.
Just real quick, before Steiny goes.
Relax, you're in a good mood.
I got to go to the bathroom. All right.
Go to the bathroom.
Well, go ahead. That'll give us more time.
I can give it a minute. I'm not that old yet.
I just wanted to say I was at the Fremont Bank 60th anniversary.
We heard.
And I'll share more details throughout the afternoon, but I met Rich from Atco.
He called and told us.
Okay.
And you didn't big time him either. No.
I gave him a good 10 minutes. Rich is a good guy. Anyway.
All right.
Take a leak. Wash your hands.
95-7 the game.
Spray Thompson. Yeah.